Good morning, my dear students of class 8th. I welcome you all to this new class of social science in which we are going to complete the chapter Judiciary. Now, children, this is the last part which is left to be explained, and then we will be done with the entire syllabus for your online examination. So, without further ado, let's start the chapter. Beginning with the recap of the chapter, we did what is judiciary actually. Then we discussed the importance of judiciary, what is the role of judiciary. Then we saw different roles where dispute resolution, judicial review, upholding and enforcing fundamental rights, which is very important. You need the courts uphold, the fundamental rights and try to enforce it all over the country. Then children, we saw what is independent judiciary, wherein independent judiciary, from the name itself comes that the working and the functioning of the courts is completely independent, wherein the courts are not involved with any kind of influence of any other authorities. It is wholesale the court's entire decision. Now children, after independent judiciary, we saw the structure of the courts, where we saw the lowest level, the district court or the subordinate court. Second level of the court was the high court, and the third on top was the supreme court. Right children, from the name only supreme. Then we saw children the differences between the civil law and the criminal cases. These criminal cases and civil cases or civil law, these are the two branches. These are the children two branches of the legal system. If we are going to file a case against someone, it is going to be under some branch of the legal system. No, is it falling under the criminal set of norms, or is it falling into the civil set of norms? So the two branches are civil law and the criminal cases. Right now, let us come to the last part of the chapter, which is, does everyone has access to the courts? The answer is certainly yes, without any second thought. Since we are living in a democratic country, our constitution has given us this privilege, this right, that every citizen of the country has access to the courts in this country. Now this implies that every citizen has a right to justice through the court. No matter it is the richest man in this country or the poorest man in this country, both have equal right to get justice. And through what source? Through what body? Through the courts. So this is the essence of the chapter, that everybody in this country has equal access, has equal right to get justice. Through what? Through the courts of India. Second importance is, legal procedures involve a lot of money and paperwork, which take up a lot of time. Poor people often avoid to go to courts for getting justice. Now see, since we know that everybody has equal right to get justice, but to get that justice, in the beginning, if you remember, I explained that there is a set of norms, set of rules, where every person has to follow that norm, has to go through that channel. After every set, a procedure has to be followed up. So this system of or the way to get justice through courts is hence a very elaborative process, wherein lot of paperwork and lot of money is drained in this. A lot of capital is required. Therefore, poor people very oftenly avoid going to get justice through courts, children. Now, the third important point. You all have heard this word PIL in so many movies. For example, Jolly LLB, where you saw that PIL. You keep on hearing this word, but have you ever realized going deep into the meaning of this word PIL, children? Now, PIL stands for Public Interest Litigation. This means this is a Supreme Court devised a mechanism, which is PIL, to increase access to justice in 1980s. It allowed any individual or organization to file a PIL in the High Court or Supreme Court on behalf of those whose rights were being violated. Now, see, if a person feels that his or her right is being violated, then the person can file a PIL in the High Court or in the Supreme Court. That is public interest litigation. Means it is for the person itself, it is for the benefit of the citizen itself, children. Right? So, PIL through this legal process was simplified, and even a letter or telegram addressed to Supreme Court or the High Court could be treated as a PIL. So this process of filing a PIL was simplified after that. Any letter or a telegram also which addressed to Supreme Court or High Court will be considered as a PIL. Now what happens further, children? The court exercises a crucial role in interpreting the fundamental rights of the citizens. A crucial role. This line was again explained in the beginning of the chapter also. Children, crucial role is very important, very sensitive role, very important role. Why? Because it is taking interest of the citizen of that country. So, the courts exercise very, very sensitive, very crucial role for the fundamental rights of the citizens, children. Then, the judiciary serves as a check on the powers of the executives and legislature and protecting the fundamental rights of the citizen. Now, judiciary, this whole system of the courts, it is checking the powers of the executive, all the officials, all the high officials. This court checks the powers of them so that they are not free to do whatever they want. So courts are there to check the powers of all executives and the legislatures, and they are protecting the fundamental rights through this, so that highest power person cannot misuse its power and exploit others. So through these checking sources, through these checks on the powers of high legislatives, high executives, we are doing what? The court is protecting the fundamental rights of the citizens, children. Now with this, children, we have come to the end of the chapter, where you need to go to the chapter again, read it properly, see if you have any doubt, please come back and ask or write it in the comment section. I will explain all your doubts. Now, very important information. 2-3 children messaged me that ma'am, please give the answers of this. Ma'am, please send me this. Children, you should have waited for the timetable. When your timetable describes that this period is allotted for social science, then only I can send my code, then only I can send my video. So you should have waited for your class to happen, and then finally after this I will be posting all the detailed questions and answers of this chapter, wherein we have changed some versions of the question from the back of the chapter. So you will write only the questions which I will be posting in the form of PDF in the next class. Right, children? So till then, please go through the chapter, read the chapter, understand it. At any point of time you feel you have a doubt, please write it in the comment section and I will get back to you with the explanation of that doubt. So thank you so much, children. Have a nice day.